This is Jouney. Considered one of the best indie games ever made, is hailed as a masterpiece in storytelling and design, and I did not like it. Whoa, wait a second. Before you click off this video or give it a thumbs down, let me dive deep into this game's design, music, and storytelling to show you what makes it amazing and also why the first time I played it, I did not like it. The game starts in the dunes. As we look far into a mountain, we get the objective of the game very clear: to go to that mountain. But from here, the storytelling for me takes a wild turn. There are two methods in which Jouney tells us its story and meaning. First of which is minimalism. If you've ever played Ico, Shadow of the Colossus or The Last Guardian, you probably thought of them while playing Jouney, and that's because they all apply the same design philosophy, design by subtraction. A term coined by Fumito Ueda, the director of these three games. It follows the idea of stripping every part of your game that does not add to the intended experience of it. For example, with Ico, the intended experience was of Ico's relationship with Yoda. In early development, the game had complicated combat mechanics, various locations, and colorful suite of characters, but all of these were taken out of the game, not for lack of money, time, or anything like that, but because none of them added to the vision Ueda had. They were just not necessary. Now, knowing this design philosophy, we can take a look at Jouney under a different light, starting for its colors. So there are 5 main areas of the game, first of which is the desert. Filled with dunes, this place shines through its color. The monochromatic palette throughout this part of the game really saturates us, and for that, it's expected to have a very deep meaning alongside it. Now, in my first playthrough, I really didn't get a very specific feel from these dunes. Yellow is a very calm color, very warm and even full with life, but using this quantity and context really gave me a feeling of emptiness of the world. An emptiness I was not submerged in, thanks to the constant music and lack of contrast in this area. I think here is where the game lost me, really. Instead of helping the player understand the world and submerging them into its color, it misses the opportunity to do it so by giving it only one layer of meaning. This is not wrong by any means, it's very well done, but when your whole philosophy is only living in the game things that are crucial for it, a lot more meaning is carried by every element inside it. So I would really expect a deeper meaning onto everything presented. So by giving a deeper meaning to every single little aspect of the game, you really get a better immersion in the experience. And that's really what I think missed the mark in this part of the game. This same trait is kept on going in another 2 of the areas of this game. First, the blue and green colors in this underground section brings me calm and peace with its colors. Although blue and green may mean sadness and sickness, here they are used in a much calmer way than, let's say for example, grease. Which, by the way, if you want to understand a bit more about the color theory we are talking about here, you should watch the video I made about grease and the way I think it's masterfully telling its story. But anyways, with this area being where we are first presented with the, dare I say, antagonist of the game, I feel the colors are really not helping me get that meaning across. And even if they were, again, is that all there is to it? Similarly, there's another part of this experience proved for me to be, and I am so sorry for this, the most boring part of the whole game. The color is transmitting desolation and loneliness and does it quite very well. But the mechanic of this area is just so annoying. I'm sorry, slowly walking in the snow with winds constantly trying to slow you down even more, I don't think it's bad, but it goes on for way too long in the game. Hey, at least color is used to guide you here by showing you which spots you can stand in and not be affected by the winds. Hey, very well done, Jouney, very well done. Thankfully, this shy use of color is better explored in another chapter of the game, where the sand turns pink and the skies green. Now, in color psychology, pink is associated with youth, compassion, and love. This may seem weird, and the first time I played it, I really didn't find any meaning to it and just disregarded it as something only used for looks. Boy, was I wrong! Before my second playthrough, I got more informed about the game and the objective the developers had for it, and I really got to appreciate more the whole thing. At first glance, for me, most of the music was dull, very similar and really didn't evoke me any emotions apart from the amazing final piece of the game, and I'd say that piece is beautiful. beautiful, okay? And though my mind is still made up on that, my second time playing the game, I really understood what was its purpose and why they made the music as they did it. This game's score is very particular. It is dynamic. Okay, what does this mean? Simple. Instead of composing different songs for different environments, characters or levels, this game has only one song and is playing all of the time. And depending on what you do, it will change and adapt as you go. The genius thing about this is that the composer set up a different instrument to represent a different entity or player in the game. So, for example, if you are playing alone, only a cello is played. But if you find another player, a harp may come into the already playing music to add to it. And yes, this is a multiplayer game. Not in the sense you may think it is, but we will get more into that in a bit. I really didn't notice the music complexity during my first run of the game, but I've come to appreciate it, really. And if you want to know more about Jouney's music, I'll link a video in the description by GameScore Fanfare that goes deeper into this. I really recommend you check it out, it's amazing. But even with this brilliant music, the biggest flaw of this game is still there, harming everything from the meaning behind the color to the representation of friendship through music. The huge flaw with Jouney is that it doesn't make you care. You see, in storytelling, the goal is to, well, tell a story, but you don't have to use words to do it. Some games do it through music, others through color, others through bloodthirsty dismemberment, and Jouney tries to use all of them. I mean, color and music, not the dismemberment part. And I say tries because I think it went too far with it. By following such a minimalist way to create a video game, every single part of it has to carry an immense weight of lore and meaning and storytelling on its back. But when you give such subtlety to every element in the game, which I remind you are not many, getting invested in the game is pretty hard. Most of the things I missed in my first playthrough were because the game didn't catch my attention or didn't put me inside of its world enough for me to care about what was happening. And for that, instead of a beautiful experience filled with subtle meaning, I got a boring walk in the sand and annoying winds blowing my character off a mountain. I couldn't get immersed in Jouney because of its way of telling a story. It told me nothing, and what's worse, it showed me nothing. And without a clear path to follow and a clear reason to do it so, it's very difficult to end up liking a game. Don't get me wrong, I went into this game with high expectations and very eager to play it and experience the so-called masterpiece of a game this is. But sadly, I was utterly disappointed by it. At first. During my first run, I saw little nods to the hero's journey, which is a classic structure to tell a story. But it wasn't until my second attempt at this game that it clicked in me what it was and why it was used here. To really sum up the hero's journey structure, a character, our hero, is called to an adventure and goes from a known world to an unknown one, looking for something. After facing trials and foes, the hero falls into an abyss, the darkest moment of our story. But after a revelation, he is able to get out of that abyss and get what he was looking for in the first place, returning to the ordinary world to share his discovery with the rest. This is a classic storytelling structure used all throughout books, movies, and video games for a long time. But I did find very interesting how Jouney uses it. It's very clear once we get the call to adventure, which is looking at the distant mountain, that this will be what drives the narrative of the game. After facing the unknown world, we find ourselves in a dark place, the snowy level of the game. And after a literal revelation, we ascend to finally find what we were looking for. But what exactly were we looking for? This is what made me not really enjoy this game at first. I mean, it's very pretty and all, but why was I going to the top of a mountain? In no moment are we told what we're looking for, but only where to go. And that really disconnected me from the game, or at least it did until I reached the top of the mountain. After finding whatever we were looking for, credits roll, and we are presumably turned into a kind of shooting star, just as the ones we saw during our painfully slow walk towards the mountain. We are shot out all the way to the beginning of the game, and here is where I really understood what I was looking for all along: purpose. And it is finally given to us as we wait in the beginning stage of the game to help some other player find theirs by guiding them to the top of the mountain. A very big aspect of this game is its multiplayer, where you can randomly find other players through your journey and you can help each other go up the mountain. The problem here is the game never makes anything important out of these players. You're never incentivized to feel a wonder for them, to try and communicate with them or to help them. The game can be completed by your own and you don't really gain a lot from being with others, or at least the game doesn't push you to discover it. For me, this is where Jouney fails. By not making the player care for the core mechanic of the game, they really never get into it. And the big revelation at the end that your purpose is to help them really falls flat after an experience that, for me, was very underwhelming at the beginning. Look, I'm in no way trying to say that this game is bad. I really enjoyed it my second time around. It's a very well-crafted game that almost gets its point across in the best way. I respect that, and I can understand its intention and effort, but in the end, I really think the very same philosophy they were using to create meaning is the one that diluted it so much is hard to grasp and get to, at least in your first playthrough. I really wanted to love this game, and after 2 playthroughs of it, I almost did. If you enjoyed this video, it will help a ton if you like it or comment it. If you dislike it, please tell me down below why do you think I'm wrong. We are here to just learn from each other. Thank you very much for watching and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.